free conference na se ba ya pe ene obefre osaye wodutwum ene obefre Matthew Poku Prempe ene obefre won wo twa kan education system no nyina ene wo mu hyiaye se ade we na makwaje free India bere shamonsa munhya se fa nkora ne huram na ensenkyere ne nkora no ede sa solar ade no ba beye wo Ghana ha no mesre NDC aban yemfa amonyo se monto nchen aban ma nanim ko TVET ne ho abushia we de mamenchia na memo akwa banfa umra Randy J report so na ene baby a obi nim his excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Ghana man pani dada baby a wo hyebia no omane nto ne se abrantie bi se obodi mu ase e de ema no e wana mo bia watu e wo man Ghana mu sanso na Ghana man pani dada Kofidi Awo John Ajekum Kufo baby ono so wo bia no so mituche ede mano na mesan bo me mu ase enso ede masa mpanimfo yi after all wo mu enko amponi Ghana mpanimfo dada wonom da so a ete ase adenti na meka se metuche ema Ghana mampani dada John Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo ne John Ajekum Kufo anamo bia wonom atu na sa bere no na ye hunu so mfaso ne so ene ena ama ye hunu se na esese ye bo wonom abaso na sa video we ya mebeka ho asemi ama mahunu se wo yo mampani se wo yo pani se wo yo sikani se wo yo defo mpo wo ya assembly member anase wo tumi bi e wo baabi a wote na wo tumi no utime ne hyehyemra ana wo de hyehyɛ niema bi a eboa ema embrewafo enya so mfaso enkokorafo enya so mfaso enyanka enya so mfaso emmofra woni bie enya so mfaso emma woni bie enya so mfaso a saa wo pani no wunyini che papa enu nti wo hwe Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo na hyehyɛ ya wode ba ya no wonder say ne opani no 84 years so 83 years wo nkura poma on space nso kenkan oda so nam an ho den se wonu mo bɔ mpa e ma no ya adwene nyanko so hwe Kofidi Awo J Kufo oba the year 2000 wo share se Ghana ye ni sika koran ye won ye makakra ye betimi aton de abo ye ho bra enti ye ntina ho mamanyofo nko anfo mo sam bobo sika ni mu mfa nye wo mu yie enti oba bia wo be nyinsen bo so me nkono a wo be kwa yare sabia se wo ka kwo no kwa wo free untua hwe or the self free maternal care ne ye den eba system nim se si ameno ka se free maternal care da so ho no ma wo yo ba na se wo kwo wo a untua hwe ukokwa wo kwa emofra ne ye wo mu wie no osade bibi the F cube by Kofo de na make you or the F cube by free compulsory universal basic education F cube free compulsory ama nkora ne nyina sha asese ye ko school afa na abatan ni bi si an wo si nkora ne nyina nko school o mu ko school ade na mu bedie ye nya sika mo mu nkodidi ena o mu ko school nya sika mo mu nto aduane ni mo mu nko ofo mo nko boae ena je Kofo se sa excuse no mi som sa na tie dia me the school feeding program eba na sa school feeding program no baby a oba no ko school no pa obenya bibi adi entimane nko school afa na abatan obi ani excuse biem any education dia or the ebaye yes anko national health insurance aje Kufo de baye national health insurance aje Kufo de baye my free 2000 ba Ghana yete de na afede yade bia na kaskane ahia fo ntimi mfa nko hospital enya bowa na eyekofie ko doctor akrampo refer wa no agise onum se wo ka ko free se ho kemba no nya sika mfa ntua je kofo ka se yenye national health insurance no afi bia tua 20 Ghana cedi tua 15 Ghana cedi sabre mpo na eyesen na wutua enso be ko hospital akwa na sena national health insurance ebinim ya se no ebinim ya mana ye basa enipa no ko ayaresabia na se wo boka 200 cedis a ye se twere 500 eya ban na etu anti ko bibini ene ama insurance na ye no style bebre je ko for sa national health insurance by man kokorafo marwafo em se wonfie mpoduru ba bia na wontua insurance na uko renew pam se na e free if my memory serves me right. Se me kan ye pa dia na mpanimfo bi anyina duru ba bi no na wo ko register national health insurance na wo ntua hwe safo no so na wono mo ho enti hwe nkokorafo abaten ekwa awo so omo manyina duru ba bi no wono nyina na omu di maje ekofo sa mpanimfo we nyina na omo ye den na wono mo bompa ye maje ekofo se nana kofo onkwa so nyankwada enema je kofo de ba ya na eboa batan eboa ekunafo eboa enyanka eboa oni bie ni ade ade no meka se meka da je bebo me no wonder say oda so tiase oko 90 years je kofo dented senye oye tintin gram mo anka oda so nante ne ho den na nhihye ene mpaya ye boma nti papa na da so tiase o de fast forward ma memra nana Addo danko akufo ado ba 2017 oba ye no a ose wo man ni sika MPP fo mpanimfo bi ka kire nana Addo se nana o man ni sika me hihye nko nanim kakra afeni aba 2017 sika ni ho ye do 2018 2019 na se hwe na sika wo ho no mo afeni anka ya ma free senior high school na o kan na dia ya adwuma na se la na se me menye trofo ebra na me bon to na me na munkurase no enkokorafo na me roafo na me koton manum asem kire obo no me ka kire omo so omo nto aba ma me na me ba ya me di free senior high school beba omo ani daso a omo nya obi munti eno moto aba ne de ma me na ne ma ba beduru am ka tell me so oman sika ni ho saka de yedi betua ban mu adwumanfo kakora no a me de betua ankora no school fees omo nko MPP fo mpanifo ni bi so de gina se oman ni sika na nado se chinchina wono mo nko ama na Addo ye ya ma 2017 na ye ba ye no a sika ni wo man ni mu no na Addo share ema ye tua ankora no school fees wo mo ko school de hia na se obenya wo chobos na wo trank na wo gare ni wo sugar ne makakra ona wo kono papa we wo buy national health insurance obehie mu kena de sika ba be gura ma ni gina brane afi teachers allowance just na Addo niema wo buy we no ameka no ye niema oye ya na eboa kunafo eboa yarefo eboa moborowafo omu hu nkurase tu no omu nyene daso se nko betima ko free senior high school wonu mu nyina nya akwan ya wonu eko bie no wonder enne nkora we ya ye wo mu free wokofo penso omu na sa benya free senior high school ko 17 years later 18 years later omu nya free senior high school ko wie ye ne na Addo ne de ense kolikoli tiri ho se wo bai wa mama ye hwe enne wo kaso Ghana ni abrante bi mo bo na Addo ne ma ba ko mi no ba ya onim hwe na Addo bai wa ma ye hwe enye na Addo bi oye na me kro ye me fe o sa MPP fo adaka amara no amukotu ye na mo antimi anya ho adwuma nwie no ye de to abayi mu no sa amara no da ho a de bia no ababa ye nka ye dum di Ghana fo eno na Ghana fo kai ba me de me nya sa boni aye no amara no da so da ho de no so me kai de na Addo ba ya wo ye ma ye minuanum nkoma omko free senior high school bi me ka nka pressure bi e beba mabra bomu no enso nyame Addo no nyina afiri ho unya 100 cedis 200 cedis unya 500 bi kura hye ne ho a ona ekọ no otidom sa na ma we nyina be boa Ghana fo a abre won po busa ne se de na Addo aya ma obenya bibi aka amanyokuo nka ye ne me mo amanyokuo bi adin nanso so munya nhihye ya sabia kina bi uni ho no mo ye benya bibi dia ba odin ubeye wiase ne manyina kura ne wanya nhihye ya bia ohie ne ya wonko school no obetimi akaya bodin a oboa wo akokora bi woti ne kurase a wono wo inflation ne wo single digit ne wo dollar ne ho ahwa no wonfa nya hwe no se o yade ne sisi ya ne ya no wantimi amfa card bi anko hospital a wo sa wo inflation ho ahwa no enkaja ma no Sa video we aye hwe na ma me kasa etentente. His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo baye onya kwan ene India ene France man no kohia mu wo conference bi ase. Conference ni nyina ne se wiase adum pempenso bi a yesi se de ye ba betwe ho afiri anyina mahoden a sebi ye di free ensuo mu ne ade hydro energy no ye ba be free mu na yakosola na omuhunu se na nado nso bae no na oye niema bebre no wa bibimemu a na ebeboa so omode ne beka ho bi enti India mampani ene France mampani wo moto wo musanfa na nado manekwa na nado mpo ne koye okasamafo e de ma sa adwumadie no na nado kasa wieye no ampa wono bo mu se man ka se Ghana yen hya asembra na emrepam no meyi solar energy system wana na Dubai ya wonu baba ye Ghana hade ma Ghana fo titiri ni yenu anu mo wati fedo mpotem ho no mawia ne bopa no meyi bi na me dia kire ne de nya ho na meko na do call conference na se wie ye no ene obaye pe ena niema okokosua o conference na se no a yesi yen hya ase mfa solar ne ade no odi be hye TVET nim ye nyina ye nim saa technical vocational education ho na odi bae Nyamishira osei ya wadutwum honorable osei ya wadutwum MP for atwuma kwa ngoma ana MP for atwuma kwa ngoma osei wadutwum to so a na masole papa ne se wankotena America hono anko kira de kwa ninim dia wodi free America de be boa Ghana no ma Ghana mampani na nado ne hu tuhwa papa no wonder say ene World Bank de abeto Ghana ni mu se a free independent a free se Ghana nyafa ahudie enhyehyeye a aban bi dia ba aso ani aboa ama omanchi chiriye tinwa ko nani mu pa a free senior high school ananado e de baye no remember say the brain charge of Matthew Opoku Prempeh Napo MP for Menchia South wo can member of parliament for Menchia South Napo ono ne nanado ene oseye wadutwum ene de saade ne bae enu mu na TVET ne den ehye a ekire nkwala kwan a yemfa so a yemfa yensanye den enye mfidie adwuma na sa theory no na Ghana education system as a theory ni ya doso x y minus 2v fine x na ya doso na nado Napo ena osaya wadutwum ena hyase da bi e wiase aduro no enye pi r square nko a wo enye Venn diagram no we nko a yen hyase man kwara no fa wo musanye niema nketenkete bi ebetimi aboa ama omo ngumahua na kwa animu nti no wonder say omo ba no mo TVET bae emma schools bebre a na ye vocational schools no omo di ni nyina ba be hye TVET na se a omo ni China fo ye collaboration China for ma wonu mu fidie a ye di sua sta na ma we nyina e bra pa ho to ma bi na me wo hobi e ma wo kohwe Kumase Polytechnic a na fe ne say KSTU Kumase mo fan chemi kakra Technical University ye Kumase Technical University omo branch ba ko a wo adwoso kwan so ba bi ne kokoye no na wo hwe fidie a China for dia be sum ho no mo a yesi yem fan kire nkora na dia no wo say TVET no ampa oman no dachi bo ye nim wo dia me ncha wo kora no ma yen konkɔhwe video we mra ebra na nado okosa founding conference of the International Solar Alliance no founding conference just omo hyase tenase efa adwene tu sa de we hu anamo no the founding conference of the International Solar Alliance omo koye no bibi kakra koso ho na nado de nsem bitu dwa mayini kanko tie na nado nsem wo de tu dwa wo conference na se no embra na ye ba na ya ba behwe o free conference na se ba ya pe en wo be frɛ oseye wadutwum ene obefre Matthew Opoku Prempeh ene obefre won wo twa kan education system nim nyina ene wo muhia se ade we na makwaje free India bere shamonsa munhia se fa nkora ni huram na ensenkyere ne nkora no ede sa solar ade no ba beye wo Ghana ha no mesre NDC aban yemfa amonyo se monto nchen aban ma nanim ko TVET ne ho aban o ma nanim ko TVET ne ho papa na mehu se no ene wo man ye fapem yenko hwe conference of solar yinumbra ye bape ye ko tie na Addo nsem no wie pe na ya baba behwe na Addo ba ye no a odi sa hye ne sa se de adwuma no e de na nkwara no nso etumi ye yenkomra.
It is an honor to be amongst you and a privilege for me to address the founding conference of the International Solar Alliance in the capital of this ancient, beautiful country of India. I commend His Excellency Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, and His Excellency Emmanuel Macron, President of the French Republic, for the brilliance of this joint initiative, which aims to harness the power of the sun to enable us to reduce our dependency on the use of fossil fuels and thereby address the adverse effects of climate change. Ghana is located around the equatorial sun belt, with many parts of the country enjoying high levels of solar irradiation all year round. It is endowed with abundant solar resource which can be exploited to increase significantly the contribution of renewable energy in the country's power generation mix. It is unfortunate that despite the abundance of sunshine, our energy mix comprises 59% fossil fuels, 40% hydro, and only 1% solar. As co-chair of the group of eminent advocates of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, I am fully aware that SDG number 13 urges us, quote, to take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts, unquote. Even though Ghana is not a major emitter of greenhouse gases, we've demonstrated our commitment under the Paris Agreement to lower unconditionally our greenhouse gas emissions by 15% by 2030. The measure of our attachment to the Paris Agreement lies in the fact that the former president of Ghana, His Excellency John Agyekum Kufuor, was one of its co-sponsors. On the basis of my country's specific needs, government is keen on developing utility-scale solar energy projects, as well as accelerating the development of mini-grid solutions in off-grid and island communities for lighting, irrigation, and other economic activities. To this end, and in keeping with our commitments under the Paris Agreement, we've outlined the following solar energy programs for implementation by 2030. 1. Attachment of utility-scale electricity from about 22.5 megawatts to 250 megawatts. 2. Scaling up the installation of 200,000 solar systems for households, commercial and governmental facilities in urban and selected non-electrified rural communities. 3. Establishment of 55 mini-grid electrification systems with an average capacity of 100 kilowatts. These systems will be based on solar PV technology, which will be hybridized with other generation options to serve islands and off-grid communities. And fourthly, deployment of 2 million solar lanterns to replace kerosene lanterns currently being used by our rural non-electrified households. A major strategy to achieving these targets is to build the relevant domestic capacity in the manufacture and assembling of solar energy systems and accessories within Ghana. This will also help create job opportunities for our vibrant and hardworking youth. Ghana is a haven of peace and security. My government is keen on building the most business-friendly environment for investment, especially for investment in the renewable energy sector. Our country is endowed with great potential, where security and the rule of law are upheld, where investments are secure, and by the end of this year, we are projected to be the fastest growing economy in the world. The establishment of this International Solar Alliance, in our view, is very appropriate in today's circumstances. That is why Ghana did not hesitate in ratifying the framework agreement of this noteworthy alliance. I'm confident that together we can ensure the satisfactory performance of the ISA framework agreement and thereby make the laudable objectives of the International Solar Alliance reality. Shri Narendra Modi, Davan Yavit. Excellency Emmanuel Macron, merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellency, for your insightful remarks.
Voila, we dey otrofo na se me dance ni wa buruchi mem. Nya sa na te. We dey mu ankasa mu ani atua bi. Oko conference ne ba ye na afi de. Obeto ne san fere wono mu atwa kan wo education system ni mu nyina se we ne makoje ba mu start na mu fam nkora ne fam. Na afi bra eduru ye kakra bi mretia wa bi mu no. Na Addo hyase se wo bo ntoa se enkwala no a mo hyase se modi solar ne nimde ne TVET ne ho ne ma no eye ne ma no. Mombra na mo mekire bibi mo mekire me bi kakra na mu se ade na ye kire no faso bi abaso. Anase faso bi ene so. Na Addo hu dwure no. His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo ni hu dwire no. Enam so ma enne schools akese bebre na wo Ghana hanoma wo mo kọ world competition for robotic ayini ade Ghana for netimi di nkonim. Now no prempe for ko GB by. And I don't know say other institutions bi so enne se wanyako ene ya santoa girls ni ade wo mo nyina timi di wo mo nsa eye niema bi abroni mpo na ne ho adwire ne se yetimi ebi wo Ghana ha. Asase a ekoso Yenkon hwe bra na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo o man kwalai e display niam o metimi aye ene de wo ka kire wo no wadaroma ebi ene ne de edikan ya wo hwe Rand J report medwumadi a mesrefo wadwen kire bra ne hia me pa afi nso so like video ne mame na e share man nkoto afoforo so ye hwe dwumadi ne bi se de sikoe.
The subject of technical education, the theme of this gathering, is central to any serious agenda for transforming the fortunes of our country. So I had to come. I congratulate the Ministry of Education under its dynamic minister, the Honorable Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh, Member of Parliament for Menchia South, for organizing this first ever national conference on technical and vocational education. The range of people and their expertise that have been assembled here for this conference are truly impressive. We are this year launching the flip side of free SHS. Government is launching a system of free technical and vocational education that runs parallel to the high school or secondary school. We are aiming to provide our young people with technical and vocational skills at both the secondary and tertiary sectors of education, to enable graduates employ themselves and employ others after their training. The missing link in Africa's educational system has been our low capacity in skills development. We shall be able to transform Ghana's economy and reduce unemployment when we pay attention to technical and vocational training. That is where the skills needed for the modern economy can be developed. We are aligning and bringing all public TVET institutions in the country under the direct supervision of the Ministry of Education to streamline their curricula and improve the coordination of their training. To this end, one Deputy Minister for Education is to be specifically responsible for technical and vocational education, like there is a dedicated Minister of State for Tertiary Education. The 5-year strategic plan for TVET, approved by Cabinet, involves the undertaking of structural reforms, which include the setting up of a TVET service and TVET council, and dedicating a whole division of the education service to technical and vocational education, which would have its own Director General. We are tackling the perennial infrastructure problems of the TVET sector. Work will soon start on the construction of 20 modern TVET institutions in various areas of the country. We're also upgrading some 35 national and vocational training institutes across the country and upgrading colleges of education that specialize in technology. There is underway a major revision of the curricula of TVET schools to make them relevant to the needs of our changing economy. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm amongst those who understand and appreciate TVET. You need no persuading about how important it is that we acquire TVET skills and how critical they are for our development. It occurs to me, however, that we need to remind ourselves and the general public out there about how reliant we all are on these skills. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest investment anyone usually makes in his or her life would be in building a home. When you have raised the money, you discover just how important it is to have well-trained and competent masons, carpenters, plumbers, electricians, welders, painters, tilers, gardeners, and technicians of all kinds. You discover they make the difference between having a trouble-free and beautiful home and a building that is a constant nightmare. All these are TVET skills. We tend to invest a lot also in cars. And guess whom we entrust them to? Fitters and mechanics. I do not need to spell out the importance of these people in our lives, nor do I need to spell out how critical it is that they should be well-trained, well-paid, and well-regarded in society. Why would we want to put our biggest investment and the smooth running of our daily lives into the hands of people we do not respect and who are not well trained? Maybe we should start looking anew at the jobs that will pay good money and that will develop Ghana. Now, those jobs certainly look to me as coming from the technical and vocational side of things, and not just from the old-time so-called elite professions. It is worth noting that some of the highest paid jobs on the oil rigs being done by expatriates are being done by welders, because we do not have enough Ghanaian welders. I'm certainly glad that we're waking up to the needs of the modern economy and are tuning our education system to meet those needs. One of the weak links in the system that has undermined science and technical education in our country has been the teaching of mathematics. The NPP manifesto identified this problem, and I'm glad to be assured that the Ministry of Education has set to work to revamp the mathematics curriculum to cure the mischief. I'm looking forward to our demystifying the subject and changing Ghana into a mathematics-friendly nation to serve as the bedrock from which we shall take off to bridge the technology gap. We are determined to strengthen our economy, and the current positive macroeconomic signals are clear. A rapid improvement in our skills development will quicken the pace of translating these signals into jobs and better quality of living. The success of the government's flagship program, One District, One Factory, a program government will fulfill, for example, is very much tied to the availability of the type of skilled workforce that TVET produces. Your work is cut out as you continue this national dialogue on the best strategies needed to transform Ghana's national vision on technical education into reality. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe I should end on another example that illustrates the role and importance of technical and vocational skills in our lives. Take these fabrics that I wear. In the past 14 months, I doubt that anything else that I have done has attracted as much attention and comment or generated as much emulation. I didn't intend to start a fashion trend. My tailors were obviously one step ahead of me. To the participants who have come from afar, I thank you for your faith in Ghana and your support as we work towards attaining our goal of rapid, inclusive economic development, our goal of building a Ghana beyond aid. Do enjoy Ghana, a big Akwaba. May God bless us all in our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong. I thank you all for your attention.